How you doing today, folks? So this is going to be one of those weird reviews, as my wife calls it. When I really love a knife, apparently I talk to it like it's a child. I'll be like, "Oh, I miss you, man. Oh, I'm gonna be sad to see you go." Like Cedric, Cedric, Cedra. I don't know why my glasses aren't sitting straight in my head. And I love this knife. It's it has some problems and it's not perfect for me, which is why it's got to go. But God, if it's not just fun to play with. That sounded inappropriate. Anyways, my wife's probably in the other room with her face into a pillow laughing at me, trying to be quiet for the video. So if you're watching this, I appreciate you, honey. Anyways, as always, please like, subscribe, and comment below. I'm very active on the comment section. I make it a personal habit to respond to every single comment. Last video got 140 something comments, and that was hard. It was fun, but it was hard to keep up with y'all. But I appreciate you all so very much. Love you all so very much, and enjoyed the video. Take care. All right, so today we have the Gavko Mash Drop Thresher. And as the preface says, I really like this knife. This is the lethargic, I don't know how you say that. But it's basically just the one that has this kind of millwork into it. The scales are cut a little bit. There's a little bit of contouring. It follows over onto the back spacer, everything onto the clip. This is just a really fun knife. Now, if you can tell by the size of my hands, it's too small for me. There's hot spots all over the place. I have my pinky hanging off all the time, but just the action, man, the action is so, crap, that hurt my finger, so ridiculously good. I've sat there for hours and hours just flicking this thing out. It came this smooth out of the box. Like, I have never had a failed deployment unless I'm an idiot and I missed the thumb stud like I just did a little bit ago. I pressed into the blade itself and bent my finger back. But this knife the action is just incredible. I also love the way it looks. I wish it was just a little bit bigger. Again, I carry it and we got a whole pinky. There's a whole pinky hanging off this thing. So it's not the most comfortable thing. If I really, really like shove my hands in, like, again, it hurts. There's hot spots all over the place. Again, this isn't designed for somebody with my size of hands. But just, if you have smaller hands, again, I'm a 2XL. Like, I have very large hands. If you're a medium, man, like, buy this. It's so worth it. It was about 200 with this in particular scale pattern. I also sold this off already for $100 because I love my little community I got going on and little subscriber counts and everything else. And man, if y'all hit me up and want something, I'm gonna give it to you for cheap. So paid 200 plus shipping because drop sucks. Well, not really. I'm not gonna say they necessarily suck. They have to make their own money. But a lot of places when you go over $100 don't charge shipping, so I'm kind of used to that. So saying drop sucks, how slow their shipping is, that sucks. I'll openly say that fucking sucks. But otherwise, drop's good. I've got a lot of cool stuff there, and they do some really nice collaborations with makers and some other stuff, but I'm way off topic. So anyways, if you have those size hands, buy this. It would be my favorite knife, hands down, if it fit just a little bit better. Now, supposedly there's a Gavko Thresher XL coming out, which I'm going to buy. I'm going to have to mod it because I want it to have the same kind of bronzy sand pattern to it. And the only thing they have is it's like a smoke wash blade, which I'm not a huge fan of. But so that will happen. But again, if you have smaller hands, I can't stress this enough. Like, stop watching this video. Like, subscribe first, comment, appreciate it. But man, buy this knife. It's so good. It's manufactured by We. It shows. If you're not familiar with We, they have an incredible action. You know, it's an awesome, awesome knife. So we have a 3.6-inch upswept blade. This is just under 8 inches. I'm not actually familiar with the specs right now. I just wrote down a whole bunch of stuff and measurements, and I left my paper on the other side of the room. So we're just doing this freestyle. It's just under 8 inches. It looks kind of big on camera. It's not. It sits very thin in the pocket. Again, it looks kind of big on camera. It's not. It's a TRM Atom. Very, very thin knife. It sits really, really well. Again, you really can't even feel it. And man, I'm gonna miss this. I am so going to miss this. This is again where it gets weird, like the whole, oh yeah, it's a child, it's a long lost friend, it's something like that for it. But it's it's a knife, it's a tool. It's a shouldn't probably feel that way, but I feel that way. And I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys watching feel that way too. That's like exclusively a knife guy / knife girl / knife individual thing, man. Like when something fits, man, it becomes just a part of our soul. And this is a part of my soul that I'm selling away to a subscriber because I love you guys very much for $100. So apparently my soul is worth less than retail. But anyways, I digress. So this is an S35 VN blade. S35 VN is a great steel. It is not the most edge retentive thing in the world, but it is quite easy to sharpen. Again, my personal favorites are 154 CM. This is much more edge retentive, I can't talk, than 154 CM. But it's still very good. Sorry, I get notifications and getting distracted trying to read things on my screen. But it's still very good. It's much easier to sharpen than S30V with the only slight edge differential. Again, this is just a little bit softer steel, but it's very nice. It doesn't really chip, doesn't really roll. S35 VN is absolutely good to go. This is a titanium scale. Again, this version has contouring everywhere. It's really actually nice to look at. It's not nice in my hand because, again, I have bigger hands and I gotta kind of cram my hand in there, so it creates hot spots that it would not create for somebody with smaller hands. I'm assuming. I'm telling you to go buy it, so I guess quote me, but I'm pretty sure with smaller hands you won't have any of the problems I've had, but I'm not really sure. So yeah, I'm contradicting myself. This is a weird one. Anyways, so it cuts very well. The edge geometry is nice. It has this kind of upswept sort of Persian looking blade, but it's almost more of a drop point. Just the way it sits. Obviously it does have the sweeping belly, but just the way the whole thing is designed. I have another Persian right here, and I'll show you the difference. That's very clearly a Persian. With this one, because it has all these kind of cutouts and these sweeping kind of angular organic motions, it just looks very, very interesting. I love Gavko stuff. I really, really do. I wish you made bigger knives. I've handled the Nurse and Snow Leopard and a couple of other different pieces of his that are custom, and they always have great action. We really captured the Gavko action for, again, $200. Like the last Gavko I had, I paid like almost $700 for it, and it was a little beat up. It was on secondary market, and it was valued for I think $300 less than the guy paid for it. So that's crazy. To get that type of value out of a piece this cheap, that's amazing. But anyways, Gavko stuff is always kind of small, or they won't have the thumb studs. Like thumb holes are cool, but like for what Gavko does with his stuff, I just like this little thumb stud. You just rock us out. But again, the edge is good to go. The steel is good to go. It's very, very, it has excellent edge geometry. The handles are, they are damn pretty. I've already spoken on the hot spots, so not going to touch on that again. It carries relatively deep in the pocket. The clip has good retention. It's not too hard to slide into jeans or any type of other stuff like that. So, it really is just an overall great knife. It's a great design. It's based off of a custom, so, it has to be a great design. Well, it doesn't have to be, but you get the idea. The majority of customs are customs for a reason and sell for a reason. And this definitely has sold very well from Astrop, I have no doubt. So, a couple size comparisons. Another item that's probably going to be going out today. This is the Three Sisters Forge Beast. This is actually not sold after this video, but I'm in some pretty heated talks with a few different subscribers, so this will probably be gone very soon. So a little bit bigger than the Forge Beast. The Forge Beast is a very kind of EDC friendly knife, very thin, very kind of short. But there you go for that one. TRM, which is still in my pocket. I love this knife. No, definitely bigger than the TRM. Though you change the aspect ratio and it looks bigger. Let me hop off the camera for a second. The Gavko is just a little bit bigger, not by much. That aspect ratio really is deceiving. I knock over my camera. Do the piranha, based off a shark. This is based off a piranha, so I don't know, fun. Anyways, let's do some actual ones now. So, paramilitary 2, pretty much the standard for the most part. Pretty much everybody has a PM2. So definitely smaller than the PM2, but also very close at the same time. Again, this aspect ratio is so funny. I gotta off camera a little bit. Yeah, actually the PM2 is just a little bit bigger. If this didn't have such an upsweeping blade, it'd be a little bit longer. Because this is more of a straight blade, this is just a little bit longer. So pretty good size comparison for the PM2. Also have the full-size Benchmade Griptilian. It's funny, a lot of these knives, which are kind of the standard for EDC, it's like almost identical in terms of size. Yeah, there's definitely a pattern. So if you like the full-size Griptilian, the paramilitary 2, any of these like really just EDC staples, this will definitely fit just fine. It's very clearly designed off of that size ratio. Pull out the other Persian real quick for a size comparison. The Valhalla is definitely bigger. Not by a whole lot, mostly handle, a little bit of blade, but definitely bigger. This is going out just about an hour from now, so just do that one real quick. SOCOM Elite, definitely smaller than the SOCOM Elite. And we'll do 2 more real quick though. Paragon Knives Warlock, definitely smaller than the Warlock. And my beast. I love this thing. Tashi Barusha, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. CKF collaboration, Muscle. Love this knife. So, as expected, definitely smaller than the Muscle. This is not really an EDC friendly knife. I'm weird. I like big heavy pieces, so I definitely carry this, but for most people, not gonna work. But it's great. So, size comparison is right around that perfect EDC size. Some people actually consider this a little bit too big in the pocket. I don't. Again, I really like it. Again, if you lean more towards the the PM2, or excuse me, the PM3 over the PM2, it's definitely bigger than the PM3 because it's right about the same size as the PM2. So these things do need to be taken into consideration. But overall, it's size. It's absolutely good to go. So as for my final score, now again, this is going to have to be a twofold piece because I have, again, my hands aren't supposed to be shoved in this little piece. Like you can see, my fingers are turning red, like as I'm trying to just force them in here so tightly. I just cut myself. That sucks. Whatever. So for, again, somebody with 2XL hands, Probably like a 60. And hear me out now. The 40 points are deducted purely off of ergonomics with the handle. The 60 is just straight action. Well, 50 of it is for just how good the action is. 10% is how gorgeous the damn scales are. Now, that also being said, switch that around to what I think would be the case for somebody with smaller hands. Again, I don't have smaller hands, so I can't really tell you that. I think it'll be about a 90. Again, it sits so nicely. It has this perfect kind of weight to it. Again, I like bigger knives, but like it is balanced so well. This would be smacking the ground on any other freaking knife. I'm rocking this thing, trying to make it fall. Oh, there it goes. But it's hard to take away from that center of balance. Like it's so good. The action is just beautiful, man. For the price of what this is, I have full customs that do not have this good of action. Not Gavko customs. Someone whose name rhymes with moon. That's a pun, obviously. His actual name is Moon. Anyways, that don't have action this good. But you know, again, for the price, this is incredible. So again, if you have smaller hands, we're talking, you know, medium to large, maybe even standard XL, about a 90. I have to recommend this knife wholeheartedly. Go buy this. It is awesome. If you know, if you have any doubts, if you don't like this in particular scale pattern, guess what? It's mash drop. You can customize it. You can get regular, just straight up scales. You can go some crazy looking lightsaber thing. You can do a whole bunch of different stuff with this knife. This is just the version that I chose. So without further ado, I'm going to cut it off here. For real this time. God damn it, I love you all so much. I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you. As I was recording this video, I got 5 new subscribers, then just pinging off, and people commenting like, man, I love this community. You guys are so open to you know, new things, to giving people a chance. You guys are so humble, so kind, so generous. And the least I can do is try to return that with some true, genuine, honest feedback and to give away some free stuff. And again, if you like something on this channel, again, this is sold. This is sold. This is not sold yet, but probably will be soon. You know, I'll sell pretty much anything. Not this. Don't ask me. Love it. At some really steep discounts for you, just to, you know, really from the bottom of my heart say thank you, because I love you guys. I hope you really hear it in my voice, man. This isn't some weird gimmick on YouTube. This isn't me trying to garner affection or attention. Honestly, I can give a shit if you guys or anybody else likes me. I'm just doing what I do, talking about knives with some people that I genuinely care about and having a goddamn great time doing it. So, as always, man, please take a moment to just be kind to one another. You know, I really can't stress this enough. I'm sorry to beat a dead horse, but like, there's so much negativity in the world right now. There's so much drama, so much bullshit. Everyone's sensitive for some random reason, looking for some reason to fight. As, you know, comrades in this community, in this cutlery community, let's just love each other, man. Let's try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Try to be nice to one another. And honestly, even if you're not a part of this cutlery community, even just have some random stranger on the streets or whatever, just take a moment to be nice. Just, you know, we have to really lead by example. And I'm preaching now, so I'm going to cut it here before it turns into a 10-minute monologue about being a better person. So, God damn it, I love you all. Take care. Have an absolutely wonderful fucking day, and bye. I can't press the button.